Hey there, welcome to my channel. I'm Themis, I'm an English teacher. I've been teaching English for 15 years and I help people on their way to improve their English speaking skills and overall communication. Let's talk about the main points that will help you improve your English skills, which you can do on your own, which you can do at home. Most important is to be exposed to the language. Okay, the more you are exposed to the language once you're in the mindset of learning a new language, the more you are exposed to it, the better it is for you to improve. Now, how can you do this? This can be done in many ways. The most common and frequent way is just to watch your favorite series on TV. Okay, or on your favorite streaming network. Okay, so what you need to do is just follow along. Once you enjoy something, you can pick up phrases and sentences that can be useful in your everyday life from the things that you enjoy watching. Okay, many people have learned how to speak by watching common sitcoms like Friends. Okay, this can be done basically it's done subconsciously. Okay, listening to something you enjoy, something that may be amusing, entertaining, can help you easily pick up the language without having to be a lesson. You don't have to be put on the spot. You're just enjoying something and you're picking up, your senses are picking up all the nuances and everything that goes with the language. Okay, so that's one way. Another way is to read as much as possible. Read journals, read newspapers, books, articles on blogs, anything that you enjoy. But the thing here is that depending on your level of English, what you read may not necessarily, the way you read a word may not necessarily be the way it's pronounced. So that's why listening is very important. So rather than reading, which can be done at a later date, later on through your process, what you could do is listen to podcasts. There are many interesting podcasts that are available on the internet, even on YouTube, where you have video podcasts as well. Many interesting ones that you can think about. Just write video podcast of any topic that you're interested in. It could be nature, it could be cars, it could be sports, it could be anything. And something will come up. Okay, so be exposed to the language as much as possible. Incorporate it in your everyday life. Okay, when you're in this process, it's like some people say that the only way to learn a language is to live in the country where it's spoken. Nowadays, with the advent of the internet, it's ubiquitous. That's a big word. That means it's everywhere. The English language is everywhere, so you can pick it up wherever you are at your own pace. Okay, so basically be exposed to the language as much as possible. Now, once you've done that, implement straight away. What you need to do is repeat phrases that you like, phrases that you pick up. It's like you picked up the language. How do you pick up the language? You just repeat what you hear. Now, a very common mistake, a pitfall that many English learners fall into is trying to translate from their own language, their mother tongue, into English. In many cases, this does not work well. There's a different structure to each phrase. In many cases, you can't translate word for word one expression, one meaning to another language, especially in English. So what you need to do is learn in chunks. A meaning in something that you want to say in your own language, you should pick up and see what the corresponding expression is in English and use that. Don't change it around. Don't, change the word order. Use it exactly as it's said, the way you hear it. That's where the TV series come in, where you can pick up the language as it's spoken. As soon as you pick up the language, as soon as you hear the language, you hear an expression, just repeat it. Repeat it to yourself. Repeat it to the person sitting next to you. Repeat it to, I don't know, your pet. Just repeat it. Repeat, 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 and that will give you more confidence. It will give you fluency. Gradually, it will help you build up a fluency, and it will help you in this journey to learn the new language, which is English. Now, at this point, English can be very confusing because there are heaps and heaps, very many, a lot of idioms. Idioms, which are expressions which basically have a different meaning they mean something else from what is actually said. Okay, some examples of idioms are where you can see that if you take it literally, it doesn't really make sense. You need to see the idioms for their actual meaning. Okay, so you can look up idioms there as well. And finally, what you need to do, once you've implemented all this into your life and be exposed to the language as often and as much as possible, don't be afraid to say something wrong. Just say it. The more you say it, the better it is for you. Okay, the most effective communicators are those who are not shy at all, who are not self-conscious at all about speaking the language. They just say it. And after a while, it just, it comes naturally. And, they correct themselves during the process, along the way. Okay, so the most effective way to communicate is to just communicate, speak. Okay, speak freely without any hesitation, and that will help you reach your goal a lot faster. Those are the tips that I have today for you. If you have any other suggestions or anything else that you want to talk about, please leave a comment. It's under the like button. Okay, you know where it is. And hope to see you in our next video. I hope you enjoyed these tips. Implement them, use them, start them as quickly as possible, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.